Rage. Do it now. This is Wrestling Rage. This is Wrestling Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Wrestling Rage. Do it now. This is Wrestling Rage. This is Wrestling Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Wrestling Rage. Do it now. This is Wrestling Rage. This is Wrestling Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. Let's go down. This is Wrestling Rage. Do it now. This is Wrestling Rage.
And now, Wrestling Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling Rage. I am one of your hosts, Cody Fleming, the man with the plan. They also call me the boss. Joining me tonight is none other than Mr. BK himself, and that's as close as to it you're going to get. Here he is, BK. Hello, Josh Harper. How are you today, sir?
I am fantastic, Cody. How are you doing?
I am A-OK, I think.
It's a Sunday and you don't have to work together tomorrow. You should be a little bit better than A-OK.
Well, I am better than A-OK. I'm all right. Though, I'm not trying to be overzealous or whatever you want to say. I'm being humble, I suppose you could say, right?
It's the 4th of July. It's all about pride and blowing shit up.
Well, I guess so. I could go into a whole conversation just about that in itself, but I'm not going to do that because this is a wrestling thing. We do Michigan wrestling to be specific. But hello to all of you out there joining us in the world of the online realm, YouTube, Facebook. We're streaming live on our Wrestling Rage YouTube channel that's available on r2youtube.com. If you go over there, you will be on the YouTube channel. If you haven't been there yet, please go there, subscribe, smash the thumbs up. If you don't want to go there and you just want to keep watching this on Facebook, hey, do that too. That's cool. But make sure you smash that thumbs up. You can interact with us by chatting in the chat, saying hello and all that wonderful good stuff. If you'd like, you don't have to. Again, but it's a good time. We appreciate it. Josh, how are you doing tonight? I gotta ask you, what's up?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got back from a place. I can't say where, but it was a place. Did some stuff. Met some people. It was cool.
Oh, okay. What is it, like a secret initiation in a club or something?
No, it's I got the costume for my wedding.
Oh, so that's why you can't say.
I don't want to give any hints to what it is, so that way she don't know.
Fair enough. Fair point, sir. Fair point. I appreciate that. But big news for you. You are now not international. You're the UAW Local 9699 chairman, which there also makes you the first shift representative for all the people on day shift, which means you're the one of the head honchos in charge. If you don't know, he belongs to Local 9699. Local 9699 is actually up in Marquette, right? Or Marlette? Marlette, which is in the top of the thumb. There's several facilities that are part of that local. His local is different than my local. My local is in the same building. There is no other local that's with my local. But
just you.
Just our local, 8100. But he's 9699. There used to be like 3 different locals that came together on that day, 9699, to make 9699. Hello. But anyways, congratulations to you, sir. Welcome to the world of the most stressful shit you've ever done in your life.
Yeah. That's technically I started on the first technically, and I had people on Friday come up to me and be like, "Hey, what about this and this?" I'm like, I can't do anything until Saturday. So Wednesday when we go back to work, I got 7 things to go off of as soon as on the door.
I bet. Yeah, I bet you're going to be a busy man. So those of you that are on Facebook, hello to you and thank you for joining us. We haven't done a lot of Facebook streaming in the past, but we're using StreamYard now. The guys over there on a forklift, they didn't talk me into it, but they
showed you the benefits.
Showed me the benefits. Yeah. I mean, I liked using the other thing that we were using, but this is just easier and just convenient, and it is what it is. So, and I was real stubborn is what it is. Let's be real honest, Josh. I'm being stubborn because I didn't want to use everything everybody else was using. That's what it is.
Cody, Alan, I've never in my life heard someone describe Cody as stubborn.
What did you just call
Cody Allen? I don't know why I called you Cody Allen. Different Cody.
So
Cody Fleming?
Avery Hughes is in the chat, and he asked, who is the strongest man of them all?
Strong, like between us? Or are you talking period?
I think he's talking of them all, of everybody in the world.
Ooh. If we're talking of all time, I mean, you got to go with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So, hey, listen, those of you that may be in the Michigan Independent Weekly group watching this, you do have to confirm that so that your name will show up. There's a thing up in the top that'll tell you that you got to click it to do it. But somebody said, Cody, stubborn, never, ever. Oh, yeah, all the time. I am a stubborn person, but that's how I get shit done. I am very well known for doing one thing, getting shit done. However, thank you for joining us again. I know I said that probably about 17 times, but we're just kind of flying off the cusp tonight. We don't have an actual of things we're going to do. We're just kind of bullshitting and talking about Wrestling Rage, things that we want to do, things we've been talking about, and all this shit going on, right? So, but before we get into that, and I already told you to like and do all that stuff on YouTube. When you go over there, when you go to YouTube, down in the description, there should be some links and stuff. Click those down there. Also, that's where our Facebook and all that stuff is. Make sure you follow us because that's cool. But also there will be some links to our sponsors like PKSA Karate, American Wrestling Experience, Chaos Wrestling Organization, For Us Wrestling, and Detroit Wrestling Connection. We want to say thank you to all of them. Make sure you check out all their stuff going on because For Us has got a show on Friday. Chaos got a show on Saturday. And then Detroit Wrestling Connection's got a big signing event coming up in August during the SummerSlam weekend. So you're going to want to check all that wonderful stuff out. And then, of course, American Wrestling Experience, they got an event coming up here very soon in the Jackson area. And then PKSA is in Port Huron. That's specifically the one that sponsors us. And, check them out to learn some karate. Hi-ya! Right? So, yeah, man. So let's talk about Rage, man. We've been kind of talking about doing a couple different things, man. We've been right? I mean, it's just we're in the brainstorming stage, kind of. I've been doing a lot of research on the Midwest title. We're going to do an episode on the Midwest title. I've talked to a bunch of people in the state, did some research myself, and it's getting there.
Big history.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there. We're talking a belt that's been around for quite some time, so I can't give you an exact number of years yet because I'm not exactly sure, and I'm not going to shoot from the hip and be wrong, right? But
Right.
yeah, so we want to do that, and I've talked to DBA a little bit, and I've talked to a few other people that know their history here. I've looked some shit up, and people have told me where the belt started, and then I looked that up, and then just all kinds of stuff like that. And then that, which is cool, is because now that I've reached out to people, I've learned different things, and then I've dived into the rabbit hole per se, right? Because now I'm diving into this history of Michigan indie wrestling, right? So like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it today. Like I just posted this photo that Boone posted of the Olympia back in 1975 or 1974 that shows the Sheik and the Bruiser as the main event match there, and then Elvis is on the billboard and somebody else is on that billboard too, and then that got me into some other matches, and I ended up watching a Sheik versus Bobo Brazil, and it was they didn't even show the whole match. Like they cut it out at the end and then went into like two dudes talking, and then it just stopped. But there's a whole bunch of shit on YouTube that I didn't even realize that's up there, man.
Oh yeah.
Of
Now,
all that shit from back in the day.
The marquee that you posted, just the schedule that they had in such a short amount of time. So I just pulled it up real quick. On August 31st, you had wrestling at 8 p.m. Bruiser versus Sheik is the headliner. September 8th, you had Evil Knievel and Marvin Gaye. And then you had September 10th to the 15th, Disney on Parade and Elvis. But right at the very top, Bruiser versus Sheik. That's insane.
Yeah,
You forget that kind of stuff used to be in Michigan.
You are absolutely. There's a lot of that stuff. That's people don't know that. There's a people like this is the whole reason why we created Rage was and MIW was to inform people about independent wrestling in the state of Michigan, and
right.
There's also this whole history of Michigan wrestling that a lot of people don't even know. I mean, I didn't know. I grew up watching WWF. That's all I watched and then it was WCW for a while. So it wasn't like I watched all that stuff. I did a little bit of NWA before it came into WCW, like back in the day on the old TBS Superstation stuff, but I didn't really get exposed to the Sheik and Bobo Brazil in big time wrestling, even living here in Michigan. I never even knew anything about it. And, and I'm not trying to be a dick. It's just being honest. I just didn't. And now I'm learning, and it's pretty amazing stuff. Like to understand the history of how this state got to where it's at now in the scene of independent wrestling. It's pretty awesome, in my opinion.
Right.
And hearing about the Bruiser and and the Sheik and Bobo Brazil and their feuds, and people talking about how the Bobo Brazil and the Sheik their feud started in the 50s all the way into the 70s. 20 years of kicking each other's ass. That's or more, of course. Like that's pretty sweet.
I mean, back in the day, you had everyone that came through here. It was one of the big territories. I mean, it's not something you normally think of, but like John Ferry used to wrestle in Michigan.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of people. Actually, so those of you that don't know, we live in the Port Huron area here of Michigan, which is in the Thumb on the east side of Michigan. And there's a arena here called the McMorran Arena. And big time used to book the McMorran as well. And I actually have a reprint of a flyer when they brought in Andre the Giant.
Yep.
So that's some pretty sweet shit. Yes, I did a dab. Hello. But good stuff, man. Yeah, but so we're going to do some history lessons. We want to do some things about belts. We want to do the history of the Midwest title, obviously, which is the XICW equivalent. It's the Midwest Heavyweight Championship. It's XICW's highest honor belt. That you're basically the champ. in XICW. So we want to do that. And, we want to do, obviously we want to get back into doing some interviews, not not interviews where it's part of the show, but interviews where we're talking to people, something like that. What else were we talking about? There was some other shit we were talking about too, like just doing because we back during, I don't know if you guys remember, some of you may remember, some of you may not remember, but when COVID shut everything down, there was no wrestling. That sucked. There was for a little bit there was the wrestling on TV where they had no people in the crowd, which I didn't enjoy very much at all. But that's just my personal thing. If you did, cool, hey, whatever. But there was no independent wrestling going on. There was nothing. So we did episodes where we talked about some of our favorite wrestling moments in Michigan, or we did the top five rising stars. It's, and it's just our opinions, and it's all subjective, obviously. And we want to do some things like that again. We want to bring Danny back on for an episode one night in top five rising stars. And maybe, make that like a little segment where, we see somebody at a show and we're like, hey, who's your top 5 rising stars? Catch them off guard and they give us their top 5.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, the people that we were saying, oh, these are our rising stars in 2020, I mean, they're the vets now. They're the ones that are pushing forwards and stuff. They are the stars. And you got a whole new batch of rising stars now. So
remember when we had your list? We had a list. There was a list that was like the running list that was your favorite wrestlers, but actually they were your most hated. Remember that? That was amazing. That list almost got your ass kicked. But in all reality, though, that list get out. You should get out the whole thing and put it on. But the last. Where was I going with that? Now you fucked me all up, man. Oh, the list. We were talking about the top 5 rising stars. Most of those guys that were on one of those guys who is now an Impact wrestler was on that list, Jason Hodge. And you've secretly bought one of his T-shirts and told us about it live on air. And so there is that. Anyways.
Whoa, no. I do not have a Jason Hodge shirt.
You do too.
No, I don't.
Lies.
I have a Sam Beal shirt.
Lies.
I do not have a Jason Hodge shirt.
Lies.
No.
Whoa,
I have Sam.
Whoa! Are you okay? Are you cured all of a sudden? Did you get
dude, anger cures me.
Oh, okay. I
Just
didn't know if you got
Sam
Jesus.
Nah.
Jesus in your blood, and now you're saved. Father Marquis.
Lay hands on me and let the miracle flow.
Hallelujah, Jesus. But yeah, that's great. So yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of different things. Hey, I do. You know what I got here, Josh? I was gonna tell you this. Look at this. So Independence Pro Wrestling was over there. They had their War on the Shore. You know what I'm talking about? Where they do this on this ship. It's called the USS LST 393 World War II ship. So I'm not sure if it was actually used during World War II, but it is a World War II ship. And so Josh and I were at the last Independence Pro Wrestling that took place at the Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck. That was last week. That was a week ago today, actually. And we got to watch. Oh, it was me and Danny. My bad. Sorry. See, this is what happens when I, lose my mind.
Right.
But the Michiana champion, Bendrick Bison, he pinned Schwartzy. I didn't see it, so I don't think it really happened. Chad Alpha defeated Big Jorge, who I like. Big Jorge was pretty cool. He, never mind, I won't say it. But he beat him by submission, which is good, or not good. But I like Big Jorge. The Dark Gentleman won a Battle Royal. It doesn't say who he all beat in the Battle Royal, but he did, which is awesome, right? Jimmy Shalwin and Mondo Real defeated the tag team champions, Anderson Knight and Jeremiah Goldmain, along with Jeremiah Nazareth and Max Morrison, and LaDon Sanders and Marco Modelo to win the tag team belts. Oh, man. So we got new tag team champions over there at Independence Pro Wrestling. And here, speaking of new champs, Stella Buho. I don't know how you say it. But she pinned Randy West to win the women's belt. That's pretty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's a huge thing. That's not a small task at all.
No.
At any time, ever. And then the heavyweight champion, Jamal King, defeated Terry Van Avery by submission. And from what I've seen on social media, it looks like that Terry Van Avery may have been attacked in the ring by one Josh Raymond. I'm not exactly sure how exactly that went, but it sounds like it did happen. What do you think, Josh?
I mean, I wouldn't put past Josh Raymond to attack someone later on, and especially after a hard-fought battle like that. But come on, Josh Raymond.
Come on, Josh Raymond. Right. For sure. So I talked to Jeremiah today, I think. Yeah, it was today. We're thinking Tuesday. He can come on and we'll talk to him about Oops All Bangers 2.
On the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah, that's the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We'll do Wednesday. How's that? We'll do Wednesday.
That sounds awesome.
I'm always all business. I don't ever think about that shit. You know what I mean? I'm just business.
You are a union employee. You should always think about when your next paid holiday is.
Listen to you. What the fuck, Josh? Anyway, this is great. So this Facebook, let's see here. Facebook, here we go. Bastion Booger was born and raised right here in the Marquette area, one of the pioneers of Michigan wrestling. Did not know that. I thought he was from up there. I just wasn't sure. I heard he had trained somebody. I don't know. But what happened this time? Somebody said, what happened this time? I'm not exactly sure what happened this time. The world happened, right? The world happened, right? But
This is
what?
deep. To say the world happened?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's real deep. Well, I could get into a real deep conversation like, what are we celebrating our independence from, right? We're celebrating independence from Great Britain.
Well, obviously, there was a government that was controlling us that we felt we didn't have equal representation with, and we were upset with the taxation. And something about tea? Yeah.
That's
the
real.
difference.
That's interesting. But anyways, that could be real deep. But we're here to talk about wrestling, right, in the state of Michigan. So we got a big weekend coming up, though. We got Friday, Saturday. We got Friday. We got For Us Wrestling, right? Oops All Bangers 2. It's basically like the WrestleMania for Us Wrestling because it's the biggest event of the year for Us Wrestling. And guess what? It's at the Foaling Warehouse. It's in Ypsilanti. And oh my goodness, is this place huge? We got vendors coming in. We got Brain Jerk Entertainment. Their podcasts coming in. They're going to do their live podcasts during the show while me and the high guy and tie dye, we're going to do that commentary thing. Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a good night. It's a great place, great venue. They got drinks and Lane's Pizzeria's coming in and they're serving pizza by the slice or whole pies, sticks. It's going to be good. And you can get drinks at the bar, which will be cool. And then on Saturday, it's Chaos Wrestling. Chaos Wrestling is going to take place. Big main event for the Chaos Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. The Dread King Logan taking on Shane Douglas and the one and only Karam. Big time. Going to be awesome. I can't wait to be there for that one. It'll be that's going to be a stellar fight.
I gotta tell you about this. So I had someone that came up to me at work, and they asked me, "Oh, have you ever heard of this Chaos Wrestling?" Yes. And they showed me the flyer and everything. He goes, "You gotta look at this. Look at how bad the Photoshop is on this." And he was talking about Karam on the flyer that he had. I said, "Well, what's wrong with it?" He goes, "That's not what humans look like." All right, well, hold on a second. So I had to pull out other pictures of Karam on Facebook to be like, nah, That's what he looks like. So next time I say that Calm doesn't look like he's a real human, it's not just me. Other people think it too.
That's cool. That I mean, it isn't cool, but it is cool. But you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, right? It is. It is
Right, like Calm doesn't. The dude has muscles where human beings are not supposed to have muscles.
Right, absolutely. But it's going to be a stellar match. There's a bunch of great matches. If you didn't check it out, there was a preview event that we did last week. Was it last week or the week before?
Last week.
Yeah, last week. And we had the guys on, and Dread King was here, and it was a good time. We talked about matches. Mongo basically said I'm an asshole. In so many words, right? You know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited for this weekend coming up. Good. I'm gonna be tired, but it's going to be a good weekend for sure. Absolutely, I can't wait to get it on. What sucks is I put in a vacation day for Friday, and of course it's the holiday, so a bunch of motherfuckers took the week off, and so I might not be able to get my vacation day, so I won't be able to get there till later on, which sucks. But it is what it is, right? I'm lucky to even get 40 hours right now because everything's slow.
Yep.
Did you get a layoff for a week or anything, or are you working?
I'm working every day except Tuesday.
Except for Tuesday? Oh, really? You don't get Monday off?
Nope.
That's not a paid holiday?
Nope. Just the 4th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You guys got to work on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like having this 4-day weekend. It's pretty nice.
I like more money.
Well, I guess. I
need the money.
I'm paid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm paid Monday and Tuesday, so I mean it ain't a thing, right?
Yeah,
it ain't a thing. It ain't a thing. But awesome sauce. So, what else should we talk about? Anything? I think we covered a lot of everything that we really could have covered. I mean, there's not much else to really talk about right now. I mean, there's I'm officially now the XICW color commentary. Did you see that?
Congratulations on that, Cody.
Yeah, so you got your big thing, and so I got my big thing. So yeah, now I'm XICW. I work for XI. I work for Chaos and for us. So that's pretty amazing. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
just the first time you guys got to go over and do IPW. You got to work for FU. You work for XICW and Chaos. That's big.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I enjoy it, dude. And DBA and XICW announced it on their Facebook, which they didn't have to do because I don't even feel like it's that big of a deal but they were nice about it and everything, which was cool. So that's what's awesome. It's good to work for them because I love XICW and I just want to see it be awesome. I'm not saying that it isn't already awesome, but everything can always get better, right? Anything.
Right.
Even myself, the world, life, anything can get better, So continuous improvement for sure. So
Rolling Stone gathers no moss.
I bet a lot of people thought I was going to come on here and talk shit today, but I didn't because it is what it is.
I mean, hey, the world's a good place right now. Last time we really sat down and had one of these hey, let's just talk. The world was not in a good place. The world was in a shit place. So it's nice to be able to sit down and there's no anger. There's no sadness or scared or confusion.
No, we just can't fucking breathe because of the Canadian wildfires.
I mean, yeah, I can't go outside without my lungs hurting, but I wasn't trying to focus on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was just wondering. I mean, I'm just going to be real, right? Real sees real. But, dude, I went to Lapeer yesterday. Yeah, it was Lapeer.
Yeah.
Lapeer, Michigan yesterday. And I took the back way. I didn't take 69. I took the Lapeer all the way there, basically. And, dude, as I was coming back in, you could just see the cloud of fucking smoke. But once you got into it, it was different, and it was like it was eerie, man. It's bleh.
There's been a few days where it almost reminded me of the movie The Mist.
Yeah, there's been a couple days where I've had a problem breathing, bro. I don't know about you, but this is where I find that song from South Park, the movie "Fuck Canada," would be amazing.
Blame Canada, blame Canada.
Oh,
They're not even a real country, anyways.
Yeah, are they not?
No, that's the song.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I'm like, what? Wait, what a minute! Is this like some conspiracy theory? Like,
You didn't hear about that, dude? The birds aren't real. Canada doesn't exist. Australia's not really there. Do you know anyone from Canada? No.
not personally, no. Well, actually, I do. I went to school with a guy from Canada.
Yeah, he said he was from Canada.
We used to call him Canada.
Okay. That don't mean nothing.
For sure, I guess. Italy isn't real, somebody said.
It's a fact. Italy's not real.
Why is Italy not real?
Because, okay, you know how they say that Olive Garden isn't real Italian food?
Okay, yeah.
You want to know why it's not real Italian food? Because there's no such thing as real Italian food because Italy doesn't actually exist. Supposedly, Italy was the third part of the axis of evil in World War II. But do we ever talk about that? No. We only talk about the real countries of Germany and Japan. Italy doesn't actually exist. It's just Upper Rome.
So is this the Wrestle and Rage conspiracy theory section now?
I will say this, though. The world's still round.
Wrestle and Rage sponsored by the UAW. If that would happen, that would be amazing.
Mike Henry, as part of the you could sponsor us, and then it is sponsored by the UAW.
Right. He says he needs another drink. And Ethan says Italy doesn't exist.
Exactly. It doesn't exist.
I don't know about that. I've never been to Italy. I have been to where is it?
France.
I've been to Amsterdam. That's in what, the Netherlands? And then I've been to France. Yeah, I was Paris, and then I've been to England. That was it. Oh, and Canada.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. When I was allowed there.
You've never been to Canada. You've only been to Eastport Huron.
No, I've been to Canada. I used to go to Campbell Street.
Did you go across the bridge to get there?
Yes.
I go across the bridge to go across 10th Street.
I went across the Blue Water Bridge to go to Sarnia, to go to Campbell Street, and then I've been to Tequila Rocks, and I've been to, I don't know what the other fucking.
That's still Michigan, dude. That's Eastport Huron.
It's
also South Detroit.
That is Ontario, Canada, brother.
Eastport Huron.
You are so full of shit right now. It is unreal. Eastport Huron. Get the fuck
Eastport
out
Huron.
of
here. Is it?
Oh my lord.
If it was really another country, would I have gone there on school field trips? Did you ever go on a field trip to Canada when you were in school?
No.
Really?
I did, yeah. I went to Lansing.
Okay. Now, see, they don't take you on a field trip to another country. Canada's not real. The world is round. Italy doesn't exist.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The 5th grade class trip was to Canada. It was to Toronto to see the Phantom of the Opera. I couldn't go. I remember. I didn't go, though.
You know why you didn't go?
They were supposed to go to Washington, D.C., but that was during the Gulf War, the first Gulf War. Desert
there was
Storm.
a second Gulf War.
Or the first.
They didn't go because Canada's not real. There's no such thing as Canada.
Shut the fuck up.
There's a small town that's called Canada. They've got 3 fucking hockey teams. They've got a zoo, and they let you drink when you're 19. That's it.
Dude, listen. When you go to the river and you look over the river, what is that?
The other side of 10th Street.
Shut the fuck up. Not the Black River. The St. Clair River.
Oh, St. Clair.
I am going to fucking stab you.
Sure.
You drive me absolutely nuts, man. You're worse than my kid. You know that?
But you know where I don't drive you? To Canada.
Hell no, because you'll go to jail.
Why'd I go to jail?
Because you're
You can't go to jail for going to fictional places, Cody.
You are aiding and abetting.
So am I going to go to jail if I take you to Narnia also?
So Ethan just messaged me and he says, going to get a shirt made that is an outline of Canada and it just says Eastport Huron.
You go off and I would wear that to Canada.
Oh, man. That's like wearing a Michigan shirt in Ohio. You know what I'm saying?
Every time I've ever gone to Cedar Point, I wear a U of M jersey.
Isn't it great?
It's fantastic.
It's like you like they want to kill you, bro. Even when we sucked for like 10 years, oh man, they still just
better education.
They just want to, take you to town, dude, for real. It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think that's it for tonight. We are going to be back here, not on Tuesday. We'll be back here on Wednesday to talk about For Us Wrestling with Jeremiah and what else?
With who?
Jeremiah Goldmain.
With who?
If you want to.
The fashion sensation across all 4 elemental nations. Your boy, the last swag bender himself, the 24-karat gold lion, Jeremiah Goldman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike Henry. I agree with you.
One of these days, I'm going to call Clinton and I'm going to have him replace you one of these days. And we're going to see how that goes.
All right.
We'll go from there.
You'd be like, it's weird. Why is my blood pressure staying low this whole episode?
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know, man. He's fucking got a mouth on him, too.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Ethan?
What about Ethan?
Ethan James. He's going to be in that scramble match at FU.
Ooh.
And I put a bounty on his head.
Do it.
$20 for the only $20 for the first person that puts him through a door, or not a door, a table. I mean, they could use a door for a table, I guess. If you put it on something, it's a table now, right?
Right. You might want to be more specific with that request, because if someone just takes him and throws him through an open door, they technically put him through the door.
No, they got to put him through a table. That's the stipulation.
Okay.
They have to put him through a table.
I'm just trying to make sure you get your $20, man.
I'm not getting $20. They're getting $20.
You get your $20 worth.
Okay, there we go. Well, Johnny Delicious was like, I thought you guys were working together. Like, we are. I like good entertainment.
Yeah.
I like watching people go through tables.
I'd pay $20 for someone to put Cody through a table.
Shut your mouth.
I'll just throw that out there. Put Cody through a table, $20.
Okay. He doesn't need to talk anymore. Okay, you're back now. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, hey, listen, guys. We're going to...
Ice cream.
All right. So Mike Henry says he'll add 10. Oh, man. Jesus. Who's going to raise more money to go through the table, Ethan or me? I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Make sure that if you haven't already, you are on Facebook. Make sure you swing over to the Wrestling Rage YouTube channel, r2youtube.com. Give that a subscribe. Make sure you give this a like or a thumbs up on Facebook and or YouTube. And when you're over there on YouTube, scroll down into the description. Give our sponsors a follow wherever they're at. Also, give us a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That way you can stay up to date with us. We also have this really cool group on Facebook that, promotions, post shit, we post shit, all kinds of shit going on here in the state of Michigan for independent wrestling. and whatever events that may be going on. And it's a good way to find out what's going on. And then, there's a list of promotions in there. There's all kinds of wonderful stuff and information available. The whole reason why we started this whole thing was because there was a time we didn't know there was independent wrestling here in the state, and now we do know, and we want to make sure that other people out here know too, so that you can find the same cool shit that we found, because it is cool shit.
It's fantastic.
Right.
I've said it a million times. Nothing against watching it on TV. I watched it on TV for almost all my life. But the first time you talk shit to a wrestler, and that wrestler looks at you and talks shit back to you, you can't put a price on that. And going to a WWE show, that's hundreds of dollars to take a family. It's $40 to take a family.
Yeah, nowadays it's fucking real expensive.
Right.
I mean, I've been to SmackDown on the floor when it was taped. I've been to and I spent, $175 back then for tickets, and I wasn't even front row, Fuck that noise.
Me and Brittany went to Royal Rumble, and when it was at the Joe, and I spent $600 for 2 tickets. We sat in row 5, and I got to keep the chairs.
That ain't bad.
And I would still rather go to an indie show. There's something about being in a building with thousands of other people that are all screaming, but you never match the personal contact with wrestlers at an indie show.
No, personally, it's just, in my opinion, better. Like, I mean, I like a lot of the matches are in WWE, not to take away from that. Like, a lot of the matches are awesome and shit like that, but independent, just the scene in itself for me is just much better for me anyways. It is what it is. People will argue about it and say whatever, but it is what it is.
Right.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have yourself a great night. Let me see here. I gotta make sure. Oh, there it is. Yep, there we go. Okay, so thank you to our sponsors: Detroit Wrestling Connection, PKSA Karate, American Wrestling Experience, For Us Wrestling, and Chaos Wrestling Experience. Thank you to all of you. We got another sponsor on the way. Jarris Gray is going to be sponsoring soon. People talk, but they don't do. I hear people talk. There's other people that say they're going to do, but they don't. So we'll see.
Hey, don't deny the organ mover.
Oh, well, that's on y'all, not me. Anyways, have a great night. Peace out, everybody. We'll see you on Friday. Well, we'll see you on Wednesday with Jeremiah, and we'll see you on Friday for Us, and Saturday at Chaos. Peace.
This is Wrestling Rage. Do it now. This is Wrestling Rage. This is Wrestling Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.